a podcast to honor the gods.
This better come with a sacrifice.
Dave X Media.
The bits.
Welcome to The Bits, hosted by your favorite jam buds, Robert.
And Charlie.
Charlie, what are we? Can you believe we're here again?
We're here in this space? Oh my goodness.
We're here in this space. Oh my goodness. You know what we're
Do
here
you
to
have all
talk
your fingers? Do you have all of them today?
Yeah, thankfully, all my fingers are human and they're not cat fingers, which is what we're looking at today, season 1, episode 6, which premiered November 25th, 2013.
Yeah. That sure was a day. And this sure is an episode.
I believe that might have been Black Friday that year.
Let's see. Let's fact check this information because I have no fucking clue.
So that's what we said, November 25th. No, that's a Monday. Never mind.
Yep, Black Friday.
Black Friday on a Monday.
I think it was Cyber Monday, in fact.
Yeah. Was Cyber Monday a thing in 2013? Like, when did cyber e-commerce really pop off?
I have no fucking clue, man.
Neither do I. I don't want to know. What I do know is that this episode is fucking terrifying, and we should have also had Josh on for this episode. Hey,
Yeah.
Josh, if you're listening, this was pretty fucked, my guy.
This was so fucking scary.
Yeah.
You ever just, become a cat monster and have the cats take over your body?
Only every Tuesday.
Oh, okay. That's good to know.
It's a normal occurrence for me. So the episode starts off with Steven and Greg cleaning Mayor Dewey's van.
This is the debut of both the van and Mayor Dewey himself, actually.
And also the annoying Mayor Dewey.
I love it, okay? I love how stupid it is.
I mean, listen, if you're going to have a political song thing, I mean, you do want it to be catchy or at least get stuck in people's ears. And it will get stuck in people's ears if it's annoying and it's like, Mayor Dewey.
Mayor Dewey.
Mayor Dewey. And then a cat starts spraying the hose on Steven and his dad, and it's revealed it's Amethyst. Oh my god, Catmethyst, as I'm gonna call her, is disturbing in this episode.
Yeah, I think it's the anatomy of how she's doing things that a cat should not be able to do. And I'm also just Amethyst's voice coming out of this, it just feels very weird sometimes. It's different compared to when she's becomes an inanimate object with her face on it. I'm like,
right.
Oh yeah, I expect her voice to come out of that. A cat? No, that's what's happening?
Super wrong. If she became a broom, that'd be funny. Her being a cat and walking around and eating chips like a human would, but as a cat.
Yeah. Well, they do the father-son bonding, and also we gotta mention the political favors bit.
Yeah, it's funny how Greg is if we do a really good job at washing his car, he might give us political favors. And Steven's like, I don't know what that is, but I want it. And I'm like, Steven, do you want to contribute to the corrupt political agenda we have here in America?
Absolutely. Listen, Mayor Dewey is one of those corrupt politicians, and Steven openly supports him multiple times.
How much power does Mayor Dewey truly have? I don't think a lot.
He has the power to have a mayor-mobile. I think that's the most power that he has in this town.
I don't think that should count for anything.
Well, that's what he's got. That's his only power. So yeah, Steven goes off with Amethyst because Greg is like, ew, gem magic shit. I'm out. Goodbye.
He out, boys.
And she tells him about shapeshifting, about the back of the house. and Pearl is like disgusted.
Mainly because Pearl gives her little presentation, her little PowerPoint presentation, if you will, on her gem, where she's like, it's mainly it's like it's a thing we can do. It doesn't mean we should do it. We can turn into inanimate objects, we can turn into other creatures, but like
We can turn to other people.
other people, I believe people should count under creatures.
Are you a creature, Robert?
I am absolutely a creature. Are you a creature, Charlie?
I am the creature from the Black Lagoon.
I was gonna say you're a creature teacher.
A
Eh.
Also, we gotta talk about how, like, Pearl is like, of course I can shapeshift. And this is the beginning of we never see Pearl shapeshift.
Do we not?
We don't see it up until the big reveal.
Right.
That was probably the last time that Pearl shapeshifted, was when she turned into Rose Quartz to, do the big deed and quote unquote kill Pink Diamond.
I mean, sometimes you just gotta kill Pink Diamond.
She can't exactly shatter herself, Yeah, but that's like the first time that she ever shapeshifts in the show, and then the only other time that Pearl shapeshifts is in future during Steven Tag.
Right. You know what? Yeah. That does. Wow. I'd never really realized that Pearl does not transform.
That was like one of the theories on why people were like, "Oh my god, she had something to do with the Pink Diamond thing because Pearl doesn't shapeshift. What's up with that? Huh?" It's cuz she has trauma.
Yeah, she has trauma.
Cuz she had to fake kill her girlfriend.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of trauma, so
This episode is trauma.
Steven is like messing around trying to turn into a cat, and then one of his fingers turns into a sentient cat. There are many questions I have about this.
Like Amethyst just like, yeah, you just gotta shake it out and make it work, and it takes him a minute, but then he gets it, and it's just like his finger just meows. Why the finger?
It's a little white cat. I love him. I'll name him. I'll name him. Trevor.
This is Trevor.
This is Trevor, my son. I don't know. Like I would do what Steven does, which is like when he makes some like he makes more on his fingers. I'm like, these are my children now. I have to take care of them. I have to make sure they eat. I have to make
I
sure they're
I
taken care
feel
of.
like I wouldn't have made the entire finger cats though, or not the entire finger, the entire like hands, all of them. That's too many. Like make one more.
Not enough. No. You need a
No.
friend. You need a friend for Trevor. And that's gonna be Julius. And then Julius and Trevor are lonely, so you need three more. They're gonna be Huey, Dewey, and Louie. Um and then you can't have just one hand of cat fingers. You need to have the other hand. So you'll have.
Think of some more white guy names.
Oh no, I'm not thinking of white guy names. I'm specifically doing a bit here. Here we go. Nigel, Hoagie, Kookie, Wally, and Abby. For the other hand,
What is this bit? Please explain to me what is happening.
those are the names of the like kids from Kids Next Door. The actual names, not their code names.
Oh, okay. I never would have guessed this information.
I was not aware that number 4 was voiced by D. Bradley Baker, but now that I think about it, yeah, his that voice sounds a lot like his Klaus voice. So
But wait, is he number 4?
it was his hat, Mr. Krabs. He was number 1.
Wow. Okay. So, cat fingers. But also we have to take a moment for Steven asking, "Hey, Amethyst, can you show me how to change into a huge lion?"
That's called foreshadowing.
Yeah, literally the more you rewatch the show, the more you notice there's so much fucking foreshadowing. Literally every episode is important for that reason.
It's really funny in a way that I mean, yeah, that's sort of what a show should do. It should do a lot of foreshadowing. I just find it funny.
It's funny because like people watch the show for the first time. They're like, "Oh my god, these episodes, okay, well what's happening here? It's kind of dumb, it's kind of silly, whatever. You can skip it until like this episode." But no, like when you rewatch it and you know all of the things that are going to happen, it's like, "Oh, there are things." Like they were trying to tell you that stuff was coming. So, Steven shows Greg, who is horrified because that's how Greg is about gem things.
That's how Greg is about gem things. Honestly, it'd be pretty terrifying if my son came to me. He's like, "Hey, I turned multiple fingers into cats."
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine. Is it fine? And so afterwards, after,
He goes to the big donut next,
yeah,
and then
Sadie
he's
and
like,
Lars.
he gotta makes the friends for them.
Yeah, I already forgot the names I gave them. There was Trevor, and that's all but you know what?
Trevor's the only one that matters.
Only one that matters. My boy Trevor, the first one, the OG. Love him.
Yeah. I think Sadie was like, oh, that's cute, baby. Lars is like, ugh, as
Yeah.
usual. And then he goes to get some bits.
The
The
bits,
bits,
the
the
bits.
bits.
We
A.
I love when a bit comes back. Ha, a bit, uh-huh.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. Also, Petey. Petey's working the fryer now.
Mm. This
This
is
is
also
important.
this is also because like Petey and his dad are like, this is fucking freaky. You know who would like this? My oldest son, Ronaldo.
This is the
Ah,
debut of fucking Ronaldo.
and he takes pictures of the cats for his blog, Keep Beach City Weird.
God, fucking Ronaldo.
I really hate how Ronaldo like
Oh, it's not actually his debut, but like
well
still. This
like
is
it's
like the
his like
first
actual spoken word in like
yeah.
debut.
It's the
I
first time
still
we talk about make Beach City weird.
I also do hate how eventually he did like fully predict the diamond structure. Like that part always kind of pisses me off. Not pisses me off,
Well,
but like
it's polymorphic sentient rocks. They're mining the world or something, and it's the Great Diamond Authority.
and like we all watch that episode and we'll watch that episode at some point and it'll be like ha funny. And no, that's actually what that's actually what happens.
Fucking Ronaldo. He knew it all along. Where are the Sneeple?
Where
Where
are
are
the
the
Sneeple?
Sneeple? If
Yeah.
he said they were Sneeple, and I'm still waiting for them.
The Sneeple died out.
The gems killed them.
I love how Steven turns, more of this is where Steven turns the other fingers on his hands into cats. He tries to
It's
pick
just
up the
two
phone
hands of
of
cats.
cats.
He
Yeah, and
cannot pick anything up.
he tries to pick up the phone to look at the picture, but the cats now have like feelings and sentience, so he smacks them into the phone and they're like, ow, oof, this hurts.
Yeah, and he goes back home to try to get himself like a sandwich. Cannot pick it up. He has to hold it with like his elbows, and it's not working. Amethyst like, "What? Are you good, bro?" He's like, "Yeah, totally. I'm fine." And she's like, "Okay, cool. We're going to go take the gem sloop out to fight a living island." For one thing, I don't remember them ever saying gem sloop before.
It's a funny word to say, gem sloop.
It's just their little boat, I guess. They have a boat.
Yeah, they're originally like, maybe we should stay and help Steven and Garden. It's like, no, this is a really important mission, something tectonic plates. We'll deal with this
Living
afterwards.
island. I'm sorry. Living island. What I want to know what's happening here.
So do
But I
I.
don't think we ever know.
No. But as you're leaving, Pearl blames Amethyst, and Amethyst is like, that's fair.
Yeah, it is all, in fact all Amethyst's fault. So Steven tries to fix it, and he's like, can these become Steven fingers? Not little heads of me, but like Steven regular fingers, please. And what does he do? He gets anxious and stressed and makes it worse. Because that's how Steven's magic works. It's all about his freaking emotions.
Yeah, that's pretty much how emotions work.
It is, in fact. He goes to his dad because even though dad is like, does not like gem things, dad will help if Steven is really in trouble. What is Greg doing here though? I'm so confused by what he's doing. He's just got the hose and he's just like hosing down pavement
Yeah,
at the car wash.
lots of soaps and suds in the pavement. You got to wash them out.
Okay, I
Which
guess.
would make sense if we saw soaps and suds. But now, this is the part why I say we should have had Josh. Steven comes out from the fucking shadows, this like
Seriously.
bulging, morphing cat monster.
Like multiple cats all on his body. Steven's head is still there, but like that's about it. Steven steps in a puddle. The cats, we figured out like multiple times throughout the episode that the cats do not like the water.
Cats
Is
do
this a
not like
cat
water.
thing or is it because of the shape shifting? Still unclear, actually.
Why not both?
Why not both? Possibly. So Greg kind of sprays him a little bit. It helps, but like Steven's like, it's not enough. I gotta go through the super wash.
The superwash, and Greg is hesitant to do so because, like, no,
No,
Steven, it'll kill you.
it's too dangerous.
It's too dangerous. And Steven's like, we have no other choice. And I'm like, yeah, this is
Fucking dangerous. I'm
this is
sorry.
fucking dangerous. I mean, he goes through, like you pointed it out while I was watching it because I didn't watch it until recently. shouldn't there be like hot wax? Shouldn't there be a bunch of like chemicals and stuff that are thrown into Steven? Shouldn't he die? I'm like,
Seriously, it's not just water and soap. It's like more stuff than that goes into a car wash.
yeah.
It's unsafe. But I guess he's a gem, so like he's fine.
So he has high durability. I mean, the shit we've seen Steven survive so far, I'm pretty sure he can survive getting pelted with hot wax and chemicals.
Yeah, he's fine. I guess.
He's
Sure.
fine. He comes out literally squeaky clean.
Yeah, like you can see it. He's a squeak.
He's a squeaky
Um
clean boy. And he's like getting up. Greg's like, "Oh my god, we did it." Steven's like, "Oh my god, we did it!" Yeah, ha ha ha. And then one last cat, good old Trevor, just shows up one last time.
Trevor never goes away fully. But yeah, they get rid of the last cat, and then Steven just goes to wait for the gems on their little
Doc,
I'm forgetting words. Yes, dock. And Pearl's like, "Oh my god, let me see what's happening." And he's like, "It's all good. I fixed it."
but did he
Okay.
truly? Did he truly?
Did he? I mean, he still has trauma.
I mean, Steven has so much goddamn trauma. That's literally the point of Steven Universe Future.
This is still the early stuff. We haven't even gotten to like the messed up shit later.
We haven't even gotten to the diamonds,
To the generational trauma.
And so Steven, the crystal gems return. Pearl's like, "Are you okay?" She begins lecturing Steven about listening to him instead of Amethyst. And Amethyst is, she agrees. I forgot what she said.
It's like Pearl's like, "You should always listen to me and never listen to Amethyst." And Amethyst's like, "That's fair."
Yeah.
Literally beautiful. I think this is where I started using that phrase, "That's fair," constantly.
And Garnet interjects that she's like, maybe the actual lesson that we all learned was that we should place more faith in Steven. And the episode concludes with Steven dropping so many fucking cat puns.
I love it.
I can't be mad at him. He was just kidding around.
Hey, we love a silly, goofy pun because we are silly, goofy guys.
He's feeling okay. Right, meow,
Yeah,
everything's perfect.
That was great. That was not planned.
Yeah. And that's what the episode ends off on.
Hey, Robert. Guess what?
What's up, Charbine?
Let's now talk about our Crystal Temple trivia.
Crystal Temple trivia? Oh my gosh.
I know. Let's see if there's stuff that we didn't catch.
So apparently in trivia, Estelle, who is the voice of Garnet, said in an interview that this is the least child-friendly episode of the entire series.
So far. Only so much of the show had come out at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Rose's Room was the latest episode, which also that's a pretty fucked up episode. I think I have Josh on for that one.
Also, I guess Frybo is child-friendly, according to Estelle.
She's only seen like 3 episodes, and this was one of them.
Yeah, shout out to our pal Aaron, because I'm about to mention how the promotional poster for Cat Fingers was an homage to the book series Animorphs.
Hey, that's some furry shit.
Wow, rude.
Okay, Steven's transformation is similar to that of Tetsuo from Akira.
Akira.
I don't know these things.
Neither do I. You know what I do know?
Oh, there's a regular show reference.
Yep, Amethyst said, "Chill it, dude," after she turned into a blue jay, which is definitely a reference to Mordecai from regular show.
Okay, yep, I do remember there being a blue jay when I see the trailers, commercials, stuff like that. Also, there's a lot of continuity. Hey, let's see if there's anything that we didn't catch.
Continuity. So Amethyst is eating the same brand of chips as Steven ate in the pilot.
Is it the Chaps though? Is it Chaps chips?
Yes, it's Chaps chips.
We love Chaps.
And then, I mean, a lot of this other continuity stuff is for later on episodes.
Like, Pearl did her holographic images. Amethyst was Purple Puma. I did not catch that.
Purple Puma. She comes back later in Tiger Millionaire. PD now runs a deep fryer. He was probably promoted in Frybo after he told his dad he wanted to be more important in the business. We get a couple of references to Cat Fingers later on, like in Keystone Motel. There's a picture that Ronaldo took that we see in Steven's Lion. There is, and in Story for Steven, Too Short for a Ride.
Yeah.
Briefly And Steven briefly turns one of his fingers into cats to show Peridot.
Yeah, he sticks his hand in the ocean. Yep. So I guess fucking
Rocknaldo. Steven turns his finger into a cat again to show Ronaldo, and then he just converts it back by putting it in his mouth.
Oh, Pearl's line, "Don't bite off more than you can chew," is referenced in the episode Garnet's Universe.
Greg's behavior, while Amethyst shows off the universe, hints at some discomfort with
Yeah!
shapeshifting, where she openly expresses later in maximum
I
capacity.
forgot. Greg has uncomfortable things about shapeshifting, which will be talked about later. He has some serious trauma, and that episode, when we get to it,
Point to a fucking character in this show that does
true.
not have
But
trauma.
Maximum Capacity is an episode where I have feelings about Amethyst, and it's not great. And then in Single Pale Rose, the gem sloop is present in Pearl's gem zone. You know, in the Pearl, inside Pearl, inside Pearl. It really is Pearls all the way down. That's the renaming of that episode, actually. Well, that was this episode. What are the other bits that we have? Pearl points. I had to look at my notes. Who are we giving a Pearl point to in this episode?
I'm giving my Pearl point to my boy Trevor. I love him.
I don't know.
I'm upset.
I don't
I'm
know.
upset he dies. I guess he does come back in a few episodes.
It's kind of, I don't know who I want to give a Pearl point to. Can I give a Pearl point to the Dewey Mobile for the father son moment because everything else in this episode was trauma.
Got it licked, Mayor Dewey.
Yeah, I mean Trevor, he caused some issues for Steven.
Mayor Dewey.
I'm holding it against him. How do we fucking finish it? Well, we gotta ask the question.
Hey, and this is an easy fucking question. If you could turn part of your body into something, what part would it be, and what would you
like
turn it into?
Like a specific part of my body?
I guess if you could shapeshift in general. Like if you could shapeshift, what would you? Honestly, asking any trans person that question is just like, hey, what would you do if you could shapeshift? You just look at me like
I would just
like
be Alex Fierro. That's how I would be if I could shapeshift.
Would you have the green hair?
I'd probably have like a green streak. Like that.
A green streak. Why don't you have a green streak now, huh?
The thing that I really wanted.
What's stopping you now?
My hair doesn't dye well.
Oh, what's stopping you now?
Like I would have to bleach it, and I do not want to bleach my hair because I do not know.
You gotta bleach
I don't want
to
bleach my hair. I'm kind of afraid of that shit. The one time I dyed my hair, I dyed it like a grayish blackish. It was supposed to just be black for a cosplay. And it was all right, but I don't like to dye my hair. I'm afraid of damaging it. Okay, but no, man. If it were to be one part of my body, like do I get an animal part or just like, are we still just opening it to anything?
Whatever you want to do. What if I just turned my hand into like an anvil? So when I bonk someone, it's an anvil.
This is gonna be a deep cut reference, but that is just made me think of like Quest for Camelot. Have you ever seen that movie? Oh my god! Just like the people with the weird things for their body parts. That's all I'm thinking about right now. Like the sword for a hand and other items. It was a time.
It was a time.
I think the obvious answer here is that I would just get rid of the chest. Hit. Because I could also put it back if I wanted. And I'd be just like, whoa. Easy.
Whoa.
Hey, Robert.
If every podcast were perfect,
we wouldn't have the bits.
See you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.
You can follow this podcast socials at TheBitsSUPod on Instagram and Tumblr. You can send a message to our Diamond line through thebitssupod@gmail.com. Be sure to give us a rating, a review, or let your friends and followers know how much you love the podcast. That really helps. Our music was written and produced by Jason Hilton. You can find him at Negative Selections on Instagram. You can follow me, Charlie, at GreenPixie12 on most platforms, and I also have an art Instagram at GreenPixieDraws.
You can find me, Robert, at the Damn Meme page on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Damn is spelled D-A-M. If you want to hear more from me, check out one of my many podcasts. I have a Once Upon a Time podcast called Entering Storybrooke, a Kim Possible podcast called That's a Sitch, and an Osman Verse podcast called the Truum Grammar Book Club.
The Bits is proud to be a part of Deus Ex Media, which features great podcasts like Content and Capable that follows Sam as he tries to figure out what it truly means to adult.
Have you ever gotten so distracted in Stardew Valley that you forgot to sleep? Have you realised that you have a whole room in your house full of dolls? Or have you even bored your friends to sleep talking about your passion? Well then, Content Capable is the podcast for you. Join me, Sam, as I chat to people passionate about what they do, asking questions about how they fell in love with their passion, what they do, and how it interacts with their day-to-day lives. Catch the podcast every Monday as I find out what makes someone tick, all while gleaning interesting and insightful life lessons along the way. There'll be laughs, a bit of crying, a whole lot of conversations, and we learn just a little bit more about the world around us.
I want some chips now.
Go get some chips after this. Come on.
Maybe I will. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to kick ass at the gym. And then after that, I'm going to eat a bag of chips.
Show off those guns.
And that's just that's my food for the day. One big bag of chips. And
You're
just all
valid.
that sodium.
Just drink some water too, please. That's all I ask.
You know what? As much fun as I'll make fun of you for drinking or for eating and drinking your sugar, at least you seem to have contained your sodium, which is arguably more important.
Which is surprising for me. My favorite food is like Cheez-Its and popcorn.
Okay, those have a lot of sodium. Charlie, do I have another concern that I need to have about your dietary habits?
I just don't eat well, okay?
Charlie, please eat a vegetable.
I do in my soup, which I believe also has a lot of sodium.
Yes, it does, especially if it's prepackaged soup.
It is prepackaged soup.
A lot of sodium. All right. Enjoy. Enjoy. Just enjoy. You know what? Just enjoy. Everyone's gonna die at some point. Who cares?
I will die in this episode, actually. So last time you'll see me. Goodbye.
Deus Ex Media.